Yo, what's up? 5150 K Dub in the house. Hey, I was riding the other day. I was on my way to work. Yeah, I do have a job, even though I'm putting these stupid videos out here. But I was riding on my way to work the other day, and I saw a whole bunch of people on the side of the road, and I was like, yo, what's going on? I thought it was back in the 60s having a flashback, like a riot or something was going on. But as I got closer, I saw it was just a bunch of teenagers, right? It was the first day of spring break, whatever, I guess. I don't know. I ain't got no kids in school, but it's funny as I passed by all those kids standing out in the street. I was like, it's a whole new batch coming out. Every year, it's a whole new batch of like teenagers that get turned loose into the world. It's a whole new batch of like 21-year-olds that are like, turn up, I'm finna go to the ABC store, what? It's a whole new batch of 30-year-olds that feel like, oh, well, I'm going to be serious now, and I have a good job, and I'm going to get my credit together. And then it's a whole new batch of 40-year-olds that are like, now I got to start saving for retirement, making investments, paying my mortgage, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to give y'all a little synopsis. Oh, and a whole new batch of 50-year-olds. I call those the old people. 50, 60, 70, all that shit's the same to me because 50, I mean, what you gonna do? So, here's my take on the 20-year-olds. You got the 20-year-olds, well, the teenagers. Let's start with the first new batch of teenagers that come up, the 16-year-olds or whatever. And they when they have free time, they just stand around. They go to a store or a corner and they just stand all day. Reason why they standing all day is because they ain't got nothing else to do. So they just stand around all day. That's the same thing that we did when we were kids. I'm not knocking anybody or judging anybody. It ain't nothing new under the sun. It's just amazing looking back on this thing. I saw a kid the other day had on suspenders. You know how you used to wear the suspenders hanging down? I used to wear suspenders hanging down when I was in high school. Fuck. That was in the 80s, yo. It's like 2014. Everything comes back around. So these 20-year-olds, they spend this entire decade, 20 to like 29, 30, getting turned up. Getting crunk, as we used to call it. Getting drunk, partying, hanging out. And where you find those people at is late night at the drive-thrus at McDonald's. You go to the drive-thru for whatever reason. If you up that late, you couldn't sleep and you go get you something to eat. You go there and it's like all these young people out everywhere. And it's like, what the fuck? They ain't got nothing else to do. But see, it's 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. This is when they're out and about. The 20-year-olds, because it's still late. They don't start until midnight. Remember those days? The 30-year-olds, those are the people that they finally realize they're like, yo, this shit is real. So all them bills that you hadn't been paying, your phone, your credit cards you've been getting, you haven't been paying, your credit's all jacked up. So now you start going and getting credit counseling, trying to get your credit together. Some people start having families if you ain't already made a baby in your 20s. And you're trying to get your life on track or whatever, or what you think should be, the lead for you to be successful. So you get you a good job and, you settle down and you just pretty much focus and you're doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? You get married and everything. And that's what you spend your 30s doing. Getting it together. You know what I'm saying? Handling your business. Being a man or being a woman. So, 40 comes. Oh boy. And these 40-year-olds, this is what I found. I know a couple of us and I'm one of them. 40-year-olds, we feel like we got a pretty good grasp on things, especially if we did what we were supposed to do the past 10 years when we was in our 30s. Our credit is like, bam, like we walk in places and they're like, oh, hello, sir. You can buy any car you want if you got the finances for it. You have money in the bank. What else? You got a pretty good job. You're probably making more money than your age. That's what you want. And you have a good circle of healthy friends, You've gotten yourself away from that whole street environment, hanging out, like being at McDonald's at 2 o'clock in the morning, getting turned up and all that stuff. You're exercising. You're just more health conscious and you're just aware of everything. And you feel pretty good about it. You pretty much feel like, you got a lock on things. And you got your 401k stacking up and your money's coming. And hey, you just grinding. Now, disclaimer here. If in your 30s your marriage is fucked up and you get 40, you probably might get a divorce or something because it tends to be like that. And then, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'll speak about marriage and crap later. Because this thing goes on all kinds. You can apply this to finances. You can apply this rule. This generational rule is what I'm talking about. You can apply this to finances, education, life in general, marriage, relationships, All this stuff, man. Sex even. Oh my God, I got to do a video about that. 20-year-old sex versus 40-year-old sex. Oh boy, that's going to be next. Stay tuned. So, 40-year-olds, that's what we do. We grinding, we doing good at our jobs, and we're focused. You know what I'm saying? Then you turn 50. And 50-year-olds, I'm speaking on some family members that I know, they get indifferent, not like they're negative, but it's just like, you know, it's not that important. They're looking towards like retirement, and they already see that, well, it's a pipe dream. No matter how hard you work or whatever, you know, you're only going to have what you got. You know, I'm not going to ever have Berkshire Hathaway money because I don't have Berkshire Hathaway money. You dig what I'm saying? But you have what you have. You do what you're supposed to do, and everything should even out for you. So in your 50s, you start going to church. You get closer to God. And your answer to everything when somebody says something to you is like, hey, well, that's what the Lord got. That's the Lord's will. And I'm not knocking God at all because I have beliefs. I believe in God and Jesus and everybody else, you know. And I ain't knocking Allah either. I mean, hey, they got their thing. This ain't what this about. What this is about, as you get 50, is like you're more aware of your mortality. 20, you're immortal. 30, you just trying to get your shit together. 40, just trying to get your shit together. But then at 50, it's like, yo, you start getting that finger up your butt. Talking about prostate PSAs and stuff. Women start getting more mammograms, breast cancer. Everybody around you is dropping off like flies. People are dying left and right from natural stuff. Not getting shot like when you was in your 20s. Dying from natural causes. Some people die. This dude died the other day. Was like 49 years old. I don't know why he died, but he was 49 years old. So you hit 50 and it's like you go to church more. You kind of like, you know, that's where you get, you start leaning towards more your spiritual stuff, you know. Like my grandma used to say to me, well, the Lord bless you and let you wake up today. You can at least give him a little bit of time. Meaning you need to go to church. But I'm only 40. I hadn't started really finding, I ain't found my home church yet. I'm searching. Big ups to Joel Osteen. Yeah. He gets me through the week. So that's what I'm saying. 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50 plus, it's all the same. Ain't nothing new under the sun. And every generation comes into the next one. Like the 30-year-olds turn 40 and they feel like they got this whole new idea and they're doing something different. Same with the 50-year-olds. And we all keep doing the same thing. It's the same thing. My grandmother tells me about back in the day when they used to party and go to the club. What? Y'all had clubs? In the 50s? But I guess they did. Go figure. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Peace.